Hello again. Today it's Good Friday. Have the day off, thankfully. I know some people don't, unfortunately. But today we're gonna be doing some laundry list items on Val. I'm gonna be taking the intake off and putting some gold heat wrap on it. Maybe not today, but sometime this weekend. I gotta trim the line down because I kinked it when I was taking off my AccuSump, and I just want to avoid any sort of problems. I have one of the pulleys that I was going to replace here, but maybe I'll put that off till I get the other one from Toyota. Might take the throttle body off and try and sand it and polish it, but we'll see how far we get with that. I got some pins off of Amazon that might work to complete the harness plug adapters for the Monogram Edition headlights, so we'll try that eventually. And then I've got my space heater going to try and bring the garage up to an acceptable temperature to spray clear coat, because I'm hoping that I can get to spraying at some point this weekend. Ideally today, but we'll see how that goes. I still got to pull the fog lights off of the Corolla if I want to get those done in the same shot. And the Corolla headlights that I'm going to be re-clearing also need a lot of work as well. Unfortunately, I won't be installing my oil pressure gauge today because I'm waiting on a fitting from Garage 16 that's going to go here. That way I can adapt a 1/8 NPT fitting and put my pressure sensor on, because originally I wanted to do it on the sandwich plate, but I don't have the right stuff to put it here, and I wouldn't have enough clearance to stack stuff here either. And I feel like the sandwich plate is kind of a bad spot to put it because it's not really where I'm concerned about oil pressure monitoring. I'm mostly concerned at the oil pressure at the crank. So that's where I'm going to be monitoring it from. So yeah, let me get this intake off, and we'll get started with that, I guess. Okay, so I got my Corolla fog lights off here. Unfortunately, I did get in a car accident. Somebody hit me back in January, and I noticed... Okay, so I got the Corolla fog lights off. I did notice I got hit back in January, and on that side, the fog light is kind of cracked. But I'm just gonna put some plastic sheeting over this. That way no water gets inside. And then I'll try and repair that at another time. But got the intake off, got the marker lights down here, got the headlights for both cars, and yeah, I'm gonna dedicate today to just getting the sanding out of the way, and hopefully I can shoot tonight if I get this done in a timely manner. I got the garage sitting at about 21 degrees Celsius right now with my heater going. So that'll be pretty good for when I go to shoot. Shouldn't get a lot of spatter, hopefully. But yeah, I'll cut back once I got the shooting going on, maybe. If I got battery life for that, that is. All right. So it is currently quite a few hours since I last gave an update on the video here, but I just finished getting everything done with our final grit, and it's all wiped down with alcohol. Isopropyl, that is. There's the side markers and the creme de la creme, the headlights. Okay, Got my respirator going on here. Gonna grab some safety goggles. I got some fresh clean gloves on. And I'm gonna wear something on my head. And we're gonna make this happen right now. Okay, so after a little bit of a clear coat incident, I decided to tape my wrists closed with duct tape because I noticed I was gonna get some clear coat on my wrists because the cuff isn't long enough, and I gotta hold these side markers in my hand to paint them because they're so small. It doesn't make sense to give them their own platform. But so far, I think they're turning out okay. This is the first coat. These turned out amazing. Same with the side markers. See if I can find you there's the fog lights. Again, this is only coat number 1. Then we're going to do a medium coat in 10 minutes. And then we're going to do the third heavy coat. And that'll be the final coat. And then tomorrow, while I'm at my Nona's, it'll have time to cure. And then from there, I can see whether or not I need to wet sand and apply more UV coating afterwards. Right now, we're sitting at about 22 degrees Celsius, which is right around optimum temperature for spraying this stuff. So I think that's why it's turning out a lot better than last time. Because last time I shot it in the cold and it didn't turn out good. I had to wet sand a lot. Okay, I just finished number 2 about 4 minutes ago, I think now. They're looking all right. They're looking all right, if I do say so myself. Might only need a small amount of wet sanding just to get rid of the slight orange peel effect going on. But otherwise, I'm really excited with how these are turning out. There is some dry spots on the top of the lights, but that's because the spray can does not seem to like spraying at that kind of angle. It likes to sputter a lot when I try and point it down, which has me worried that I might be almost out of the first can, even though I've only done 2 coats on everything. So I might have to break out the second can if I run out of clear coat, which is very annoying because I really thought that I could get it done with 1 can, but that's proving not to be the case right now. So if I do have to crack open the new can, yeah, it's kind of a bummer. I can't go and return it, but at least I had it with the presumption that I just very well might need it, doing 2 sets of headlights, fog lights, and signal lights. So I can't really be that mad considering the can is about that big. And if I grab
like a regular spray can. That's the difference. Pretty substantial. And it doesn't make me very happy that this stuff is $55 a can, because that really hurts. But what are you gonna do? For what it's worth, it's better value than if I were to find these brand new. If I were to find any of this brand new, I'd be out hundreds of dollars, right? Like, I picked up this set of headlights for the FRS for under $200, and to invest like $120 in clear coat, and I get 2 sets of lights and some little stupid lights done for that amount. Like, that's amazing. That's amazing to me. This is really something that I think a lot of people should look into, because it makes your vehicle so much safer, so much more visually appealing. And if you're trying to sell your car, it actually does help with resale value to have your car looking and performing very well in the lighting department. Because I'll say this right now, something that I find ages a car tremendously is yellowed headlights or foggy headlights. I think it makes a car look 10 years older than it actually is. And that's a shame. Anyway, it's almost time for the 3rd coat, so I'll let you go for now. 1 can, baby! Let's go! Let's go! 1 can! 3 coats! Oh my God! Whew. Oh, wowee! Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, that's so good. Wow. Wow. Che bella, bellissimo. Okay. Okay. Oh my God. Oh, that's so nice. That's so good. Okay. All right. I'm calling it a night. It's almost 11 o'clock, I think. I gotta let this dry overnight. I'm really happy with how these turned out. 1 can! 1 can! And I did all of this with 3 full coats. That's amazing. These are gonna look really good for a long time. Considering, like, I did everything wrong, technically, for the first set of lights I did, and those turned out nice already. I can only imagine how long these are gonna last, especially, I'm so, like, guys, the camera does not do these FRS lights any justice. These look fucking brand new. Like, wow. These side markers, I've never seen the side markers this clean. Not even when I first bought the car back in 2019. They have not been this clean. I'm so thrilled. I'm so thrilled with how all this turned out. Like, I'm gassed, honestly. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, okay. Have a good night. I'll probably continue this video on Sunday when I have more time to do stuff, because tomorrow I've got a lot of stuff going on, so there won't be any work done on the car. But this is a great first step. Oh, I'm so happy. And it has all day tomorrow to cure. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Sign it off.
All right. Happy Easter, everyone. It's Sunday. Today I'm doing some more laundry list stuff on Val. I was gonna clean up the intake filter while I had the intake tube off to heat wrap it. But when I took it off, I noticed there's a gigantic crack in the back of the filter. So there's no sense in cleaning this because it's broken. So I might just get one from Canadian Tire that's a similar size, because that way I don't have to wait around for another one to come from the States, because I don't think we got anybody up here that distributes this stuff. I could be wrong, however. So in the meantime, I figured I would do the thermostat since it's up in the air. So I've already got my engine shield off. I'm gonna drop this with my coolant pan underneath so don't make a big mess. And then I'm gonna clean up the intake tube here with some degreaser, and I'm gonna try and give that a little bit of a wrap. And then after that, well, hard to say actually. I might try and drop the car down and resize the oil tube for the AccuSump because it's kinked. That's kind of a priority right now for me getting the car started. But yeah, right now I'm gonna do the thermostat. But before I do anything like that, I want to be a smarty and take the pressure out of the radiator system so it doesn't just spew all over me here. All right, there we are. And then we're gonna come underneath here. Like I said, here it is. It is 210 mils to take this off. Grab my wrench here. Oh, make sure you have safety gloves and your goggles on, because this thing's gonna spray. Well, what did I say? It sprayed. It sprayed all over my face and my clothes and the ground and the recycling bins and the exhaust. Oh, wait, this is... Oh, oops, okay. Oh. Well, I'm gonna let that pee for a little while before I go and pull the thermostat out. Maybe in the meantime I can mop up the floor a little bit here, because oh boy, what a mess. Okay, now that my car has stopped pissing, so that's how it looks when it's installed. That's the old thermostat that I've yet to pull out. It's probably gonna leak a lot, but this is just for my own eyes and yours. This is how it's supposed to go in. Okay? Now I'm gonna pull it out. I'm gonna pull it out. I'm gonna try. Oh, it's gonna splash. Oh, where is it? Yeah, it's still coming out of the lower rad hose too. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna put the camera away so you guys aren't in the splash zone. I don't really want to get this camera wet, but I want you guys to see this too. So maybe take you off of the handle here, and we'll put you, yeah, we'll put you right there. This is brutal. This is brutal. Oh, you. Come on. Oh. I don't like these. I don't like these one bit. Nope. There we go. Oh, why do I feel like it's gonna piss? There we go. Ta-da! There's the old one out. Looks really clean inside. That's good. No gunk built up. Put that aside. Now we're gonna try and why is that stuck? Why? I feel like it's gonna piss. I feel like it's like suction holding it on, and when I take it off, it's gonna just explode coolant all over the ground, and myself included. Let me look at. It doesn't look like there's anything to lock it in, so maybe if I take a screwdriver and Come. What do you want? What do you want? Pliers? You want me? Come on. I don't know what else you want. What? Oh, there. Ta-da! There we go. All right. So yeah, the spring side goes inside the motor. That's where the magic happens, I guess. $88. That's when this is supposed to open. Nice. Let's see. Oh. Let's see if it matches on this new one. $88. I can read that through the plastic. Okay. Come here. There we go. And I didn't need it really because it's aluminum, but I got a new housing as well. Just for redundancy's sake. I thought it was plastic, honestly. So it's gonna go like this. This is how it's supposed to look. And then this outer ring on the thermostat is what your gasket is. I thought there was gonna be a gasket here, but evidently that's not how it works. So now we're gonna bring you back over here. Hello. All right. Give that a little wipe. Like so. And then we're gonna put it in. Okay. Grab my bolts. I'm glad I didn't have to drop the manifold for this, but once the pickup tube comes in, I think without question the pan is going to have to come off because it's right up against the manifold for the exhaust. So there's no room to work unless that comes off. Oh, this thing needs to move. It's in my way. There we go. That's one. Grab the other one. And that's 2. Okay. I don't think my 10 mil is here. I gotta find my wrench. All right. Okay, and for those who have never done a coolant job on a 86 before, your air bleed point actually isn't there. It's up here on the heater hose. There's this little Phillips bleeder screw that you're supposed to crack open, and that is your top point for letting the air out of the system. Oh, I can't get leverage on because I don't have an actual screwdriver, which is very neat. I love that so much for me. Okay, let's try this with a ratchet on the back. Okay, it's not a Phillips 3. Maybe it'll be a Phillips number 2. Okay, back with a Phillips number 2. Let's try again. Did I strip it last time? No, not completely. Okay, so now I've got that cracked. I should be able to just add coolant and not have it splash in my face, because Lord knows I've had enough coolant splashing in my face as it is. So let's test this out. Yeah, I'd say that's a little better. There we go. Now it's not splashing in my face. And now I have an empty container to put all the junk coolant in. So I'm going to put that next to the drain pan. And I'm going to grab a fresh jug. And then we're going to keep going with filling it up. Oh, I really got to invest in a funnel. Or like a coolant bleeding kit or something here. Oh, oh. Easy now. Let's not get excited. I don't see a puddle underneath the thermostat or the water pump, so that's a good sign. So I mean, it's pretty hard to screw that up. There's not even a gasket or RTV for the housing, so literally a plug-and-play installation by my can't come up with the word. Judgment. Keep hearing gurgling all over the motor. This is weird. Okay, well, I think we're getting close. I hear bubbles moving. Okay, so that's around 5 liters now, I think, roughly, that I've put in. Good thing I bought so much coolant back when I did this radiator a while ago. I think we're there. I'm going to try and open the bleeder screw a little more, see if that makes the level go down. No, I think we're there. I think we're there. Okay, so that's roughly about 5 liters that I put in. Gonna leave that open for now, let it chill. Close up the expansion tank here. I don't think that needs to be open. It's lower than the radiator cap anyway, so doesn't really matter that much to have it open. Okay, now I'm gonna try and work on getting the oil hose off the block there, so I can chop it down to size a little bit and get rid of that kink. Okay, so I got my fresh cut. There's the old end. I'm gonna make sure to take the electrical tape off this time, because I noticed the stuff that I left on last time, it melted from the heat of the oil. So I'm gonna take this off now, and I'm gonna put the end back on. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm rubbing down the intake with Dawn dish soap to try and get all the grease and dirt off before I put the gold tape on. I'm going to do the same thing with the AccuSump. And then I'm going to rinse and dry them off really good. I took the MAF out, so don't worry about me getting water on that. Just want to give the tape the best chance of adhering. All right. Oh wow, this thing is filthy. Gross. Really gross. That's pretty gross. Yuck. But I guess it does get hit with everything that comes through the front grille at one point or another. So what did you expect? Plus I got the vents right above it, so anything coming out of the air in the rain is also landing on this pipe. So it's gonna get dirty, right? That looks much better. That looks much, much better. Better than the day I bought it. That's for sure. All right. Beauty. Beauty. There. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the AccuSump, and then I'll cut back to when I'm actually wrapping, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. Okay, so I got the pipe here. This is the tape. Looks really nice. So pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tape piece holding it off, and I'm just going to run it around the pipe and then measure it and then chop it and then put it on piece by piece rather than doing like a diagonal overlap, because at that point you're just going to get wrinkles and it's not going to look as nice, and the wrinkles, it won't reflect it as evenly. It's going to go in all weird places. So I'm going to use both hands and I'm going to cut back and show you what that's going to look like. Okay, so I got my piece of tape here, and I got the pipe, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and peel off. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this SD card, but anyway, now that I got it started, I'm just gonna carefully put it on. Trying my best not to wrinkle it here. Easier said than done. This is my first try at this, and I haven't used this stuff ever before, so you'll have to bear with me. It's kind of like putting on a really flimsy sticker in a way. That's the best way I can describe how this experience is right now. I think what's screwing me up right now is this this flange, because the transition, it doesn't seem to like being on two separate planes here. Okay, I'm going to cut back to when I've got this whole thing done, because this is going to take a long time. All right, I'm calling it quits for today. This is the intake. No filter, obviously. I think it looks killer. I think it looks really sweet. Gonna do the AccuSump tomorrow, I think. And I'll have time to go to Canadian Tire and get a filter as well. But yeah, that's where I'm leaving off for tonight. I also put the fog lights back in the Corolla. Pretty nice to me. All right, signing off for now. Happy Easter. All right, it's Monday. I have my AccuSump rigged back up. I got the fitting. It's just on there kind of like however right now. I'm gonna loosen off the AN line a bit just so I can clock it properly, and then I'm gonna tighten it back up because the plug's got to fit on the back of that. But it wasn't gonna fit on the engine side, unfortunately, so I had to put it up near the AccuSump side, which isn't ideal, but I figured this line is probably pressurized around the same pressure as the motor. So it'll be it'll still have a similar reading to what's being seen at the crank for oil pressure. I've got one headlight plugged in with my jerry rig wire set up, so I can see if the eyebrows will actually turn on as DRLs when the car's running. So I'm gonna fix this line, and then we're gonna cut back to me starting the car. you can see, VRLs work mint. Everything looks like it's functioning properly without leaks. Right on. Well, that's good to know that my wiring's going to work when I put it in all nice and proper. It's been a long time since this thing's ran. I was really nervous, honestly. Yeah, right on. All right, well, I'm seeing some coolant dripping out from the bleeder. All right, well, there's a one little drop trying to come out of the bleeder. The level's where I like it for the coolant. All right, so here's the finished adapters. I tested these the other night, as you saw, and they work exactly how I desire. So now they're gonna go in the car. And then after that, I'm gonna try and pull off the trim around the gauge cluster so I can change out the glass, because I don't know if you guys can see that. It's kind of got this weird pitting on it from God knows what. I don't know. And then while I have the trim out, it gives me a good opportunity to make the little window where my oil pressure gauge is going to sit. So it's kind of a 2-for in that sense. So I'm going to plug these in and then we'll get started on that.